Hello there, and welcome to Nigel's Necessities with me, Nigel Glasscock. You'll always see me coming. That's my little catchphrase there. I don't have a see-through penis. I imagine if you did and you could see the ejaculation process from start to finish, that would verge on the side of disgusting, really. Like seeing someone rather violently blow cream through a transparent straw, I imagine. I'd just like to say a quick thank you to my friend's daughter for creating this. NN with a train on there, Nigel's Necessities. That could be my new logo, couldn't it? Put it on some merch, t-shirts, or maybe one of these jumpers for the kids. As in merchandise, by the way. As you can see, I am in my my dining room once again, or Glasscock HQ, as I like to call it. My friends of SES, that's Steam Enthusiastic Society, they find that very amusing when I say it over what have now become semi-regular Zoom conferences. My wife doesn't find it as amusing. She thinks it's childish. Once again, I have my to-do list, as you can see. Number 1 on the list, book SES Christmas party. That's the Steam Enthusiastic Society's party. Now, obviously, we're in a lockdown at the moment, but once that's over, my hope is that we go back to the rule of 6. And if we do, then of course that would more than cover us for a Christmas party. We could double up in numbers actually by then. That would be good. So if there's any Steam enthusiasts out there, please do leave a little comment on the video blog/vlog. Number 2 on the list is to call Mother's nursing / care home regarding her being quite upset earlier. She was watching the television and Nigel Farage came on. Now, my mother has a rather irrational fear of the crazy frog, and seeing Mr. Farage's incredibly wide mouth and bulbous eyes sent her into a slight breakdown. Really, they discovered her in the corner of her room, rocking backwards and forwards, saying ring ding 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 ding, and humming the Axel Foley theme tune. So I'm just going to give them a call tomorrow just to make sure the mother's okay. I'm sure she is. They would have medicated her. 3rd on the list is to call the council regarding dog fouling. Now, it would seem my front gate has become a favourite place for the local dogs to use for their fecal transactions, and obviously the owners of them haven't been picking them up, which isn't very responsible, I have to say. So of course I have to go out there and pick it up just to make sure that myself or my wife don't end up treading in it. It can be very dangerous. I for instance, I went out there the other day in my prized Star Trek slippers, and I trod in something, and I was picking up a parcel that a delivery man had left on the wall, and I stepped in something that made my slippers look as if it was Ludo from Labyrinth would be fearful of stepping over, which ironically my wife calls our toilet the bog of eternal stench, following one of my passings. I have been eating rather a lot of spicy food recently, actually. Anyway, onwards and upwards, as they say. Speaking of the lockdown, I just thought I'd bring you a few essentials, things that you might require or need during this time. Now, I had hoped to show you a picture of some toilet roll, perhaps, but not that you don't know what toilet roll looks like, of course, but I couldn't get any. I went to my local supermarket and I went to grab the last pack of 4, but I was fended off by an old lady. She quite viciously attacked me with her walking stick and then grabbed the last pack of toilet roll. I did make a complaint to the security of the staff, but they just laughed at me. So I had no choice but to send a rather strongly worded email about his behaviour and, of course, the old lady's behaviour. I probably should have just kept some of the toilet roll that was thrown over the house during the Halloween season. You know, little scamps. I did inform the police, but they've not followed it up. My wife said something about a frequent caller list. I'm not aware of that, if I'm to be completely honest. Another essential that you'll need during this time is, of course, hand sanitizer. It's very important to make sure that your hands are clean. And if you don't have a chance to wash them, if you're out somewhere, to have some hand sanitizer is very useful. Once again, I had hoped to perhaps show you a bottle, but I couldn't get any. I went into several shops and there just wasn't any. So what I've had to do is order a 5 litre bottle from the internet, which I shall be decanting into smaller, more manageable bottles for myself and my wife. She could put it in her bag and I could put one in my pocket or my bag, my man bag. I like to stay, I like to stay fresh with the kids. You know what I mean. I would urge caution when using hand sanitizer. I put some on the other day, and when I went to light our open fire that we have in our front room, I very nearly went up like a 14th century witch. So do please make sure that it is completely soaked into your hands, or you'll be visiting accident and emergency and getting wrapped up like a monster from a 1950s horror film, something like that, sort of a mummy, you know. Now I have seen on social media people have been getting concerned that McDonald's may close again. Now let me assure you, I've done my research, and during my intense investigations I have come to the conclusion that McDonald's will be open, the drive-through, and it will be open for home delivery should you be desperate for one of their food. Now I actually had a Big Mac for the first time in about 20 years last week, and I don't really get the fuss, to be perfectly honest. It tasted like someone had fried the sole of their shoe and put it in a bun that was sort of, you know, on the turn, so to speak. But of course, I was brought up in the 1980s, and everything was caked in grease then. School dinners were a lot different to how they are now. We didn't really have burgers. More sort of a burger and onion soup was given to us. It wasn't really a soup, to be perfectly honest. No, it was just sort of a watery, brown, tasteless splat on a bun, really. Yes, it wasn't very nice. Such is life, though, I suppose. Things change. Next, of course, is something that's very important and a very serious matter, face masks. Now, should you be going to a shop or going on public transport, you do have to wear a face mask now. Should you not, then the police will no doubt be called, because it is the law. So you should be following it. You could get a rather hefty fine. Nobody wants that, do they? I went to Poundland to get my masks. I got 5 disposable masks for £1. Now I would strongly suggest that if you are buying disposable masks, that you do throw them away when you're finished. That's why they're disposable, so you can dispose of them. You see. But yes, I would dispose of them. Otherwise, it's I imagine it's a little bit like using a condom and then just wringing it out for next time. You don't know what's in that, do you? I know what's in mine. But there we go. So that's all I've got for you today, really, because I couldn't actually buy that much more in Poundland. I went into my local Poundland, and there was a rather large gentleman sat on the floor with all the DVDs out in front of him, I suppose to see them better. And not only was he blocking the aisle, causing what I can only say was a bit of a fire hazard, frankly, but his jogging bottoms had ridden so far down I could see his anus. And it made me feel quite nauseous, so I decided to leave at that point with nothing but my face masks. Well, that's me for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is now on my own YouTube channel, which is wonderful. I'm available to be seen on Facebook at my page Nigel's Necessities, so please like and share with all your friends and family and people that you've met on Facebook, etc. I'm on Instagram, Nigel Glasscock Official. I now have a Twitter account, is Glasscock Nigel, at Glasscock Nigel, and I've even started a TikTok. So I'm on TikTok, and that is at Nigel Glasscock. So please do follow, like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I will be back very, very soon with another video blog / vlog, and you never know, I might even have some merch by then. But thank you very much for watching, and please do share with all your friends. And I hope the lockdown is okay for you. I was just thinking, actually, toilet paper. It is quite important, because you could be getting stressed out during this time, and I'll be completely honest, when I'm stressed, it just comes out like a sluice. So the more toilet paper, the better. On that note, I shall say thank you for watching. I've been Nigel Glasscock. You'll always see me coming, and here's my outro. Sunday night, time to service the wife.